Okay, I just got finished doing the demo here for the how to make a part in Fusion 360. And I was thinking, since I'm already here, I just might as well go ahead and show you how to like take and make your part from CAD into a 3D printed part. Okay, we're not going to save this because it's just a simple part. Make those all day long. Now the software I use is Ultimaker Cura. There's the chief of the 3D printing area. He uses Prusa Slicer because that's what he learned on. I learned on Cura. I've played with Prusa Slicer a lot. I'm not really comfortable with it, so I'm going to use Cura. Here's a free slicing program. What it does is it'll take whatever your model is and it'll convert it into code that the particular printer you're going to print on will use it. And this is how the screen looks. So we got a list of printers that we have at the makerspace. I really need to rename that one. It's actually a Sunlu S8, but it's a clone of the Creality CR10, so we use a CR10 profile. But we got the Rockstock, which is our Delta that's got the round print bed. And then we've got a couple of Prusa setups that we got here. We got the Mendel 90, which is a 10-plus-year-old printer that we have at the makerspace that still runs. We just got an Elegoo Neptune that we're doing a partnership with Elegoo for. But I like the CR10, the Sunlu S8. It's a really big printer. You can print like full-size helmets and stuff, but we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be doing our demo that we did. It should be, there it is. Open it up. And if you look real close, there's our hole, and there's our corner that we did. Okay, now looking at this right away, knowing things that I know about printing stuff, we don't want to print it like this because what's going to happen is when we try to print where this hole is, you're going to have some of this plastic filament, it's going to try to sag because there's no supporting on it. The easiest way we can fix this is we just rotate this so that the hole is straight up and down. That is like the easiest way of doing this. It will do it so that we don't have this. Here, I'll even show you. We can do, because I'll do it wrong here for a second. When we rotate it like this, if you look, you see that red? That red means that that's an area that needs to be supported. Otherwise, you're going to be printing in mid-air and your plastic's just going to droop down and it's going to look just terrible. But the simpler solution is you just flip this completely over, which is what I would have done at first chance, but I wanted to show you why. Oh, here we go. We'll flip it over like this. Now the reason it showed it when we loaded it, because that's how we designed it in Fusion 360. And when you get really proficient in designing stuff in Fusion 360, you just mentally get into the habit of designing your stuff so that it'll be there on your, when you're printing. Now you'll see that there's literally no red spots that are giving us warnings that there's going to be bad spots on there. So we've loaded our part, we've picked our printer, and then we got a list of all different types of brands of plastic. Why did it do? Okay, so yeah, ABS, PETG, PLA, PLA plus, all sorts of stuff. Most of the time we just use PLA and we just use a generic PLA for settings. And there are literally thousands of settings in here. And the reason you're not seeing them all is because we kind of minimize, but if we maximize them all, there's literally thousands of settings in here. But we have it all tweaked. We got it tweaked for all the printers, so you don't even need to mess with that. You just take, you pick your part, pick your printer, and pick your plastic, and you hit slice. And it'll go kerchunk, 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 and it'll tell you how long approximately it'll take to print, tell you how much plastic it'll use, both in weight and in distance. So if you only got like a small piece of pink plastic that you want to use. You'll know whether it'll be long enough or not. And on some of the stuff, we got prices of how much the filament costs, so you know how much a piece like this cost. So you can see this is a 9-cent piece. And we can even preview what it would look like if it was being printed. We'll take it all the way down to the bottom here. And as you can see we got the print head. First it's making a skirt around here. And then it's going to do the first layer. I'm going to skip ahead here. Skip ahead. Here we go. And you can see it fills in the first layer, and then as we get further up, it gives you a preview. As you see that it's made hollow because we do not need to waste excess plastic for the interior. We just make sure that the shell is nice and strong. But that's what it looks like. And then you make sure you got an SD card in there, and then it would say save to removable disk. And you would save it to that. For now, we're just going to save it in downloads. And that's it. You take your SD card that you got the file in, and you run over to the printer that you're going to use. You put the card in, and you watch the next video as to how to print a file on a printer using the SD cards. This is the Appleton Makerspace. I hope to see you here on one of our open houses on Thursday nights. You can find out more at appletonmakerspace.org.